Oh, you one of them people that like to run your mouth? Let your ass get caught snitching, boy. Let your ass get caught telling. You already know what's gonna happen. Them knives gonna come out. I'm just being real with you. Y'all already know how it is. Snitches are meant to get stitches. Haha, Dom the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today, I'm going to try to, tone it down a little bit and try to word things the best way I can. Therefore, this video is eligible for, monetization. But we're going to be talking about snitches getting stitches, all right? And I'm going to give y'all my honest opinion and think how I feel if they deserve it, and I want y'all to do the same in the comment section as well. Now, back in the day, it was so much easier. People live by morals. People, live by loyalty, respect. When people would tell, they get dealt with. They might get beat up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or, they get their shit ripped open. Nowadays, I feel like they don't do enough of that. I feel like nowadays, people idolize this telling. All right? And to me, it's kind of mind-blowing, because it makes the newer generation look some type of way compared to the generation I grew up in and then compared to the generation before me. It's like it's getting more watered down. The more and more, the more and more we get into the 2000s, the more and more the watered down shit goes when someone tells. I feel like they aren't being dealt with. Now in prison, your ass tell, you're going to be dealt with. If they find out you told, you're going to be dealt with. If you make it through prison and you once told and you once was a snitch and you did not get dealt with, that's because they did not know that you was a snitch. And once it comes out, the consequences, repercussions will catch up with you. And it don't even have to be the person you're telling on, or be affiliated to the person you told on. It could be some random person. Somebody that just does not condone snitching, that wants to put their hands on you or wants to harm you physically and violently. All right? Now, y'all know how it is. You do the crime, you do the time. That's simple. Keep your mouth shut, just like in the movie Goodfellas. Remember what he says? Don't tell on your friends. Keep your mouth shut, don't tell on your friends. A lot of people, they can't do that. They want to act like they're 100% thug, want to act like they're 100% living like that. But in all reality, even though they act like they out here in these streets, they ass is only 1 foot in and 1 foot out. There's 1 foot on the porch, there's 1 foot out on the sidewalk. That's simple. Because in the back of their mind, if they get caught, they're telling. And they may not know it right away. It isn't like they're like, oh, I get caught, I'm telling. I already know this is my escape route. But once that pressure is applied, and once they start talking them Chinese numbers and they start throwing that time at them, first thing they gonna do is sing like they just got a record deal from Cash Money. Straight up. That's the only thing they know to do. People be telling on their own family, their own children, their own parents, their own baby mama, their own girlfriends, all types of shit to get that time shorter than it is. Me, my opinion, I feel like if you ain't 100% living like that, then don't be out here making people your co-defendant and, catch charges with these people. Because to me, and I say this with 100% heart behind it with my chest out, I feel like snitches deserve stitches. Straight up. I don't think there's any other way that it should be, oh, let's just turn the head and just allow it. Or no, he had a good reason to or whatever. Me, I don't feel like there is a good reason to tell at all. Literally, there isn't. So why put yourself in that type of situation if you know your ass can't hold your water when they start throwing them numbers at you? Now, I've seen plenty of people get cut and flipped inside of prison for telling. I've seen people that was in gangs and been in gangs for 10 to 15 years, and their brothers just found out that he told on his charges, and they flipped him. And what I mean by flipped him is they ate him. They got him off the compound, ran up to him, wet him, cut him up, got his ass out of there. Some of them left on a helicopter. was airlifted. Some of them was just rushed outside medical in an ambulance. And you know what I'm saying? They went to medical and you never seen them again. But just because someone made it through prison and was a gang member doesn't mean they're not a snitch. You feel me? Like I said, people were in there 10, 15 years banging that shit, repping that shit, putting on for their nation. And then finally they get caught. If there's gangs in there that can't find out that they own brothers have told until 10, 15 years go by, that's how long it takes for them to find out, then it's an even bigger percentage that they're not going to find out about a neutron, or they're not going to find about someone who may be a gang member but wasn't putting on like that or wasn't known like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got a nickname in prison that you didn't have on the streets. You feel me? If I go to prison right now and I say my name is Matthew, in all reality I'm Frog, Matthew could be anybody he wants to be up the road. You feel me? And it would never, ever catch up with the stories with Frog unless people knew who Frog was. See what I'm saying? So, yes, tells, I feel like you should be dealt with. And if you're one of the people that, you know, told before and you made it through your bid, you can't always think it's over with, because somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Straight up. And if you ever find yourself in that environment again, or around any of them type of criminals, or find yourself in criminal activity again, and you land in there once again, now that a lot of people know you're a snitch, they're going to be after you. You know what I'm saying? They're going to feel like, boy, this is deer meat. That's dinner right there. We're going to go ahead and get him. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, when I was locked up, there was this one dude, and he told on the simplest shit. All he said was, they ran out of chicken on a Tuesday, right? We was all in the chow hall. As we want to go hit the chow hall, there's other people inside the chow hall that, you know, will sit down and they'll eat. And when the officer's not looking, you know, they'll hurry up and sneak back in line real quick. If they don't scan your ID, you can hit again in the chow hall line. People do it all the time. Some people go back 3-4 times if they don't scan your ID. So if you see they ain't got that guard right there scanning IDs today, boy, you could double back and hit that line 4 or 5 times, as long as he don't make eye contact with you and see, you know? So someone went in line, you know what I'm saying, and a couple people did it, and ended up, you know, getting extra chicken because they went in line and double back, got more trays than they were supposed to get. So now that they ran out of chicken, they start handing hot dogs out the flap. You feel me? They start handing out trays of hot dogs because there's no more chicken. So one of the inmates get mad that he didn't get chicken on chicken day. And what does he say? He calls it a fit. Man, where the chicken at? So now the officer's like, man, get away from the flap. Take your tray and go. He's like, hell no, man. We supposed to get chicken today. We supposed to get chicken today. So he's arguing with the officer and shit like that. And what did he say? He says, man, because he doubled back and got an extra tray. Something as simple as that. That little right there. Even though, you know, the officer didn't care that the other dude got another tray. You feel me? He was actually one of them officers that was straight, that really didn't care if you double back. Just don't make him look bad in front of all the officers. He knows what's going on, but he ain't trying to do no paperwork over that petty shit, you know? So he didn't do nothing to the inmate that, you know, went and got the extra tray. You feel me? Because, you know, not all officers live by the book. But that same inmate that he told on, since he said that, even though the officer didn't take that inmate to confinement for stealing the tray, it still showed that that inmate still snitched on that inmate. So once we went back to the dorm, you already know the dude who got the double trays, he wanted to head up with the other dude. The other dude wasn't really living like that. He was just an older dude that, you know, was doing his time. Wasn't no street person or nothing like that. But he did tell like that, you feel me? So now look at it as if there's a snitch in the dorm. They don't want him in the dorm. Once that's on your head, once they find out that you can't hold your water, if they even have a suspicion that you can't hold your water, bro, they gonna tell your ass, get up out our dorm. They gonna make you check in. You can either leave peacefully, or we can get you up out the dorm, or we can make you get up out the dorm. However you want to do it. The harder it is on you is gonna be depending on how you want to make us, you know, bring it to you. Feel me? So the other dude really didn't want to fight and all this shit. So he walked up to him and he swung. He hit him so hard, like with a hook. He was sitting after. He didn't want to fight. He walked up and he stole him. The dude who was the one that told is the one that got hit. You feel me? He hit that dude's shit so hard that he split the inside of his mouth. Once he split the inside of his mouth, he started kicking him in his shit. The guards came out there and everything like that. They caught Buddy who swung on him. They took both of them out in handcuffs. One One went to the infirmary, the other one went to confinement. But then after he got out of the infirmary, he's going to go to confinement as well. It's not like they're going to let you get your shit split wide open or whatever, and then you go back to the compound. It don't work like that. So they put him in confinement as well. I ended up landing in confinement under investigation, I'd say 9 to 12 days later. When I'm in confinement, I had to do my pre-physical confinement. That's when when you first go in the box, they bring you to medical. They're going to check how much you weigh. They're going to take your blood. They're going to do all this shit and see what's wrong with you and see how healthy you are right now. And then they're going to do it a couple months later while you're still back there in the box. Well, while I was going through the medical, there was the inmate in the infirmary, the one that got his shit split. And his whole inside of his mouth, all on his cheek and everything, was all stitched up. He got his whole shit stitched on the inside and the outside. You know what I'm saying? Me, even though, the dude was kind of older, I'd say, I'm not saying like a 70, 80-year-old man, but I'm going to say he was probably like in his late 50s, late 40s, early 50s. In all reality, he deserved that. You get what I'm saying? So what if someone went and got an extra tray? This is prison. If you want to follow the rules, you should have thought about following them before you land in this environment. You feel me? That's how I look at it. He had no business saying who got an extra tray or anything about extra trays. You feel me? Yes, one of them ones that got chicken, you either take that shit up with the person who got the extra chicken. You don't tell the guards. That's how I look at it. You feel me? So I feel like he deserved that. What do y'all think? Do you think he deserved it? Even though they didn't take the other inmate to confinement at first about the tray? Do you think, he should have just let it slide and not, take it out on him for telling? I don't. I feel like he did what he was supposed to do. Because it's like a snake. If a snake bites you, he's going to bite you again. You feel me? And what's the saying they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That means I let you do it again. I fell for it again. If I know your ass gonna tell over some petty ass chicken like that when we ain't even getting an altercation, then I know shit, probably 9 times out of 10, anyone that dropped kites on anybody or anyone who got people, bunk raided and searched and shit like that out of the blue, 9 times out of 10, it was probably someone, either him or someone he knows that did that. You never want that type of person in the dorm. You feel me? You never want that type of person seeing what you got going on. Because they could wake up on the wrong side of the bed today and they ain't even got to have a problem with you. They could just feel like telling today, though. And it's mind-blowing because people do this shit. Not just in prison. People tell on the streets. For people that are hustling on these streets, serving basers and out here living that fast life, getting that fast money, you got to be careful who you serving. Because you got to make sure when that baser gets pulled over one of these days, God forbid it's after, he met up with you, that he don't say where he got it from. Literally. All it takes is for him to say, I got it from such and such. He drives a such and such. That's it. And now you think shit's sweet, and the boy's gonna be sitting there watching you, surveillancing you, taking pictures and recording your ass till the feds get involved and everything, and they're gonna just sit there and they're gonna let you eat. They're gonna keep on feeding you. They're gonna let you eat. Yeah, we're just gonna keep on stacking this case on them, and before you know it, they got you. Serving to a CI, confidential informant. You see? And these are the type of people that I feel like definitely deserve to get their shit split, to get stitches, And the reason I say that is, when it comes to that telling shit, all you really did, of course you told to get yourself out of whatever, to knock your time down a little bit or to try to find your loophole in your situation. But all you did is make that other person's life more harder. You made that other person's life more harder on them. If that person was facing 2 years, now he's facing 5 because you told. If he was facing 5, now he's facing 8 because you told. You see what I'm saying? When in all reality, y'all did the crime together. Y'all both could have did your little 3 pieces and then came home. But instead, you want to get out with probation and you feel like your co-defendant should do the whole 6. No, you see me, I don't respect shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Me, I don't even hang out with people that are considered snitches. You feel me? If I feel like you was a snitch or if I heard you was a snitch or anything like that, Frog got to get from around you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like crabs in a bucket, dog. It's only a matter of time before they tell on you. You see? And you would not believe how many people you see in the infirmary in prison are getting brought across the compound that have to do with telling. If they would have just kept that shit to themselves, that's what you're supposed to do. Like, look at it this way. On the streets, people tell because The world's so big, they feel like they can get away with it. You feel me? But you're not going to get away with it forever. You're eventually going to run out of places to hide. You're going to run out of places to go. It's like when you have a warrant. You can only be on the run for so long. You feel me? And what are you going to do? Go out of your area. You're going to go out of your county, out of your state. You're going to like live a whole nother life being scared, living in fear from people you once told on, just like running from the police when you have a warrant. And it's only a matter of time before you're sloppy with it, and then they catch you, and it catches up to you. Prison, it's big, but it's so small at the same time. You could tell at this camp, and they'll find your ass 5 camps 8 years later. 5 camps later, 8 years down the line, and they found your ass about you telling. And now you ain't told on nobody within this whole time frame since, and you done became a gang member. Now you gang banged out. You got respect. You got tattoos all on you. You pushing a set and all that. Now that shit came out. What you think? Soon as they find out, oh boy, your brother had told on this one dude at his last camp, bro. You feel me? He told on the dude or whatever, and then he pulled a check-in stunt or whatever. And you didn't know no better because you was new. This is when you first came to prison, and you was like, don't nobody know me yet. So you decided to take the coward route in the beginning, and then turn into a savage and act like you're living like that later on. And then that little coward move you did caught up to your ass. Now your own brothers want to eat you, including all the other gang members that ain't even part of your set. They want to eat your ass for sure now. You see? So everything comes with a punishment. You commit a crime, you're going to do time. That's a punishment. Your ass tells and people find out, you're going to be punished. You feel me? And that's always been a saying. Snitches get stitches. They don't always get stitches. You feel me? I feel like they should. They get beat up bad sometimes. They get cut. They get hurt. Some people even get left flatlined, behind this stuff. It's real, But I feel like now that we are in 2022, I'd say the last 3 to 4 years, they've been letting a lot of snitching shit go, boy. There done been a lot of things that done surfaced all on the internet from celebrities and different people that say they're in the streets and all types of things. And I'm still tapped in with people that are in prison to this day, you feel me? So I still hear, oh, you remember such a, yeah, he told, nah. And I'm hearing about people getting left and right airlifted. I'm hearing that people are getting flipped and ate for telling, left and right, still inside of prison. So the things that people let go on the streets, up the road, they're not letting go. And sometimes people jump the gun and attack someone for falsely accusing or thinking they was a snitch, and they're not. You feel me? But I will tell you this. It's very, very rare that any type of story about someone snitching was just made up. Somewhere down the line, somehow, that shit was put on that person as a title for a reason. You get what I'm saying? And not everybody knows the circumstances behind everything, but at the end of the day, there is no right in snitching at all. Straight up. Oh, they're telling on me first, so I told on them next. Yeah, I shouldn't have been doing no licks with them in the first place then. You keep your mouth closed. Straight up. And the way you look at it, it's like, okay, they told on me, so I'm going to tell on them too, right? That don't make me a rat. Yeah, it does make you a rat. You just had a reason to tell back, but it still makes you a rat. You see what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of people feel like since they had the right to do it, it don't make them a rat. Fuck no. You still get them whiskers from that, bruh. And you'll have them whiskers forever. I don't care if you was a goon. I don't care if you was on Plies' goon-affiliated album with a ski mask standing next to him. Man, I see the whiskers through the mask. You feel me? And in prison, you ain't got nowhere to hide. So if you tell, it's only a matter of time till you're caught up with. And when they catch up with you, boy, they ain't going to show you no love. They ain't going to show you no type of sweetness. They going to straight up try to end you, bro. Especially if you're a gang member and you're one of them. Now, I knew somebody that was in prison and he did a couple years or whatever. He came home or whatever. He was affiliated and shit. I met him when I was locked up. Seen him on the streets a couple times. He ended up going back to prison. I heard from one of my other dogs that he landed over there and they ate him. I'm like, nah, why? He's like, man, that boy was police. I said, what? He's like, yeah, he told on someone on his case. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. You feel me? And it wasn't even the case that he just went back to prison for. It was for the first case that he made it through his whole bid the first time. You see, people ain't really digging. They don't check paperwork down here on the East Coast like they do on the other coasts. You feel me? So that's a major thing why people slither their way through without even being noticed. You get what I'm saying? There's so many different ways to cover it up. I feel like there's so much violence and so much shit taking place in prison that people are actually blinded by who should really be getting dealt with than the ones that are actually being dealt with. You know, they're too busy picking on people who ain't living like that, extorting and robbing and bullying people, or going against, you know, the ops on another organization, you know, gang shit, rather than seeing what's right there in front of them. You feel me? And when you think about it, you know, a lot of this people, when it comes to this rat and shit, some of them be idolized. Some of them got people looking up to them. Some people look at them like they're the coolest person in the world. Oh, they're such a savage. They're 100 and all that. In my eyes, that's just the blind following the blind, because that person's blind. So if you're following someone that's blind, you're damn sure blind. You feel me? That's like looking up to someone who ain't got no goals, who ain't got no morals, who ain't got no self-esteem, who don't, in 10 years, will be in the same position that they're still in. Why would you want to waste your life idolizing someone like that when you could be fucking 10 steps ahead of that clown? You feel me? That's how I look at it, you know what I'm saying? And as much as they sweep the snitching shit under the rug in the chain gang and on the streets, it's kind of crazy, man, the way I look at it. And it just blows my mind, because you got a lot of jits that, you know, land in prison, you know, they quick to shoot. You know, they quick to wet something up. They, you know, savage shit. You know, they want to live reckless, and they land in prison. They throw their whole life away and get handed out football numbers. You feel me? First charge, they catch 45 years. You know, stuff like that. They're quick to handle up and do some stuff like that. But why they not quick to handle up and take care of the people that are snitching? That's how I look at it. I feel like the people that are snitching and the people that mess with kids and the people that got like sex charges, those are the ones that deserve to be in prison. You should have never caught that time. If your ass told, they should be giving you an additional 5 on your sentence. You know how they take 5 off for you telling? They should take 5 off the person you told on sentence, or just give him whatever y'all were gonna get in the first place, and then just say he was facing 10 and you were facing 10, so you told on him. Instead of them, you know, instead of them giving you 5 now instead of 10, they give him the 10 that he was facing, and then you don't lose 5, you get 5 more. You feel me? They should make it to where snitches get additional time. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. I'm just being real, because people ain't putting them stitches all across their shit like they should be. Like back in the day how they used to do it. In the 80s, you feel me? And I wasn't even alive, but I heard mad stories about back in the day when them boys was busting shit wide open and everything like that. People wasn't getting away with it as easy as they do today. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. You feel me? But I'm gonna ask y'all this before I wrap it up. If y'all ever seen anybody that told get their shit split open, get stitches, get left to the medulla meat, any of that, I want y'all to drop it in the comment section. Straight up. You know, this that realSpill, man. We try to keep it as real and as, you know, censored as possible. You feel me? But at the same time, you know, when I be getting into the stories, breaking down the detail, I want y'all to see what it is I'm saying. I'm trying to break it down. I'm trying to paint that picture for y'all. That's what realSpill is all about. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I feel like snitches deserve stitches. Straight up. You know, they deserve whatever they got coming after that, because they was not thinking when they was trying to take that person's freedom. You know, you think about it, yeah, I'm trying to get 5 years off my sentence, so I'm going to tell on this person that did the same crime that I'm in here doing. You feel me? We did this crime together. Now I'm going to try to take 5 years off my life to get him more time, to take him away from his kids, his family. You know, you don't know if he's got sick elderly people, his mom or dad or something. Take him out the street. You know, you're trying so hard to get them off the streets. Like you working for the police. You should have, before you started breaking into houses and catching crimes and shit like that, your ass should have got you an official badge instead of trying to be an undercover your whole life. You feel me? That's how I look at it. If your ass gonna act like you living like that, then live like that. If you ain't, then don't do the crime. It's simple as that. That's my opinion, y'all, about this snitching shit. I want y'all to drop it in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know how we doing it, man. I'm gonna keep on dropping that real spill for y'all. Y'all do me that solid favor. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you ain't hit it on the way in, you know it don't cost nothing. It don't hurt to hit that button. I appreciate y'all watching this like always. And like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, clout chasers, people with fake goals, all them out your circle. Until the next time, this the one and only from Eastside Davey. Only one with his own real footage from Florida. Frog.